So welcome back to our lab exercises on QGIS in the Spatial Information Science. If you see on the screen, the QGIS is now open, and today we would try to learn as to how we can present our study or whatever analysis we did in QGIS, how we can present it in the form of thematic map. I tried to explain you through the PPT as to what are the important steps which you need to perform to display it appropriately. Now I would do it so that you can learn as to how we can present the thematic map for our effective use, and what analysis we have done we can present it in more appropriate manner. So we will start with this empty project. Now the first aspect which you need to do is that you need to retrieve any analysis which you have already done. So you recall how we can bring into the map canvas the study which we have already done. So simply we will go into the layers within the menu bar. The drop down will come. You see, in some of the exercises we did create layer, where we would be creating new layer. Now here the layer is already existing, the study we have already done. So now we would be adding layer. So what we have already done, we want to bring it into the map canvas. So we will add layer. Now what kind of layer? There can be vector layer, there can be raster layer. So when we digitize, it becomes vector layer. So it is one digitized map which we want to use. So here we are adding vector layer. Now we should know the destination of it. So here there is the Uttar Pradesh shape, and I'll click OK, and here I will say add, and you see that this map is now appearing. The map which we wanted to do, we represent as a thematic map. Now here you see another part of this exercise is to how the attribute information. You see, we have done one exercise practically where we have drawn data from census data, converted them to bring into our desired format, and then we linked some of the tables in there. So all of them, these tables, these columns are attribute information. Now we want to simply classify these attribute information. So this study, this exercise would not only be, you can learn how to present as this study as thematic map, but also how we can classify it. So there are many options. One of the options we would be discussing here and we would be learning here. So what I have to do, this is the map, this is where the map layer is visible. I'll click this. So it is selected now. When I right click it, it will give many options. So here I would go into its properties. So when you click on the properties, this kind of dialog box will come. Now you see why all the districts of Uttar Pradesh, they are in the same color. Why? Because here we are using the type as single symbol. Although the attribute information in the form of table, in the form of different columns, there might be many other information also. But since we are assigning this map as single symbol, that is why this entire all the districts are in the same color. So what I will do, I will go here from single color to graduated color. You can change the color in different way, but here I am just taking it graduate. Okay, then what happens, if you look here, you have to look into the value. So when you pull down the value menu, so here you see this map has 3 attribute information into 3 columns. So here I am taking one of them. So here I am clicking this. Okay, and then I will go down and I will classify. So this way it will come. and I will say apply. So it will come like this and I'll say okay. Now there is another way to explore as to what attribute information the state of Uttar Pradesh have. So if you look here, you click here and you just click on the attribute table. So when you will click on the open attribute table, these are the 3 columns which are available with us. Along with the 4th is the name of the district. So now you recall when we were digitizing, suppose we would have digitized this state of Uttar Pradesh with district boundaries, and when we were adding the attribute, if we would have added these 4, one as text and the rest 3 as a value, so this would come like this. The map would have come like this. So my point here is that this way we can classify, and now it is a thematic map which is appearing. So what we have to do, if you recall in the PowerPoint explanation also, you go to the project here in the menu bar, drop it down, and then I'll click on the new print layout. So when you click this, it will ask to create a unique name. So I will give it as Uttar Pradesh. And we talked about net zone area, so I'll type it as NSA and I'll say OK. So this way now we have come to the final product of our analysis as to how we can represent the thematic map. Now here, go to again to the menu bar. Here it is add item. So you just click and add map and you just draw over here. So the map would be displayed. So this is the map. It was selected. I went to the project and I selected a new layout. There I have said add map from the menu bar, and I'll just draw the area in which I want to display the information. If I would have selected smaller areas, then the map would have been small. So although the size can be changed, but right now it will appear like this, and this is appropriate for this layout. Now one by one I would add item into it. So first I would add, say, legend, or rather I should start with a scale bar. So here automatically, since we have georeferenced, I will say that here I can put the scale. So I'll just draw the area. This much would be good enough. So here it will be like this. Map scale would be appearing. Okay. So this is the scale which is coming up. We can make modification into it. If you want to, you just have to select this and right click it, and its property would be appearing, and that you can do. Then we would select as north arrow. So I'll put it over here and I'll say that north should come over here. It will come like this. So this is how very easily you can do it. Now I can add item with, say, legend. So I'll click on add legend, and then again I'll draw here and the legend would be appearing here. So you see, this way it's quite easy. Now another important thing which I would say, that here you can make modification in each of the items which we have added into this map canvas. So suppose if I have to edit it, I will select this, and then I go to the item property, and it will be appearing like here. So here we can change. So for changing, for example, this index legend, if you want to make any changes, we will unselect this auto update. Reason being that right now it is in spatial information format, geographic information format. So this legend is linked with the map. We want to disconnect it so that whatever desired adjustment we want to make, it should not be reflected in the original information also. So we do not want to modify the original information, and here what will happen if we deselect it, then you can click over here, and now you can, instead of Uttar Pradesh, you can say legend over here. Suppose, or you can say that it is the net zone area, so you can write as net zone area. So this would be appearing. Okay. You see here net zone area has come. Now another, if you see here you see it is the figures. Now suppose you want to change it without changing in the original information. Here we will select this, and we may say it as very low. Just some other expression if you want, then it will be appearing as very low. We can again select this, and we will say that this one. Now one by one you can change all of them. So here I would say very high. So it is very low. Either here you can put it as low, here you can put medium, here you can put high. So the same information, now you can make modification into it. But I would suggest that first you should disconnect the map from the original information, because we do not want to make any changes there. So this is what you can do. Now another is, can be add what we can add further, we can add label. So here we would put some heading, so it will be like this. I would just name it as Uttar Pradesh, and then I would look into the font. So font, any font, the size we can increase. So you see how it is increasing. It can be increased to the desired level, and also you can make any font style also, you can make any adjustment into it. Okay, font color, if you want to change the color, you can make it different also. So that is also possible. So this is how we would be representing our map. Now there is some difference between the map which you can prepare in any other software and other Microsoft Office versions. The main difference is that here you are not adding the scale, you are not adding any, the orientation is also coming from the map itself. So that is, and also the legend is also coming from the from our original exercise, original work analysis which we have done. So that is again, I would say, a big advantage. So now you can go to the layout. For example, if it is okay for you, you can save it as a project, or you can export it to PDF or SVG, or as export as a image. So that is also possible. Not only that, you can make the format also in the page setup. It can be in the it is in the landscape, but you can convert it into portrait also. It all depends on you. Now you can make n number of changes into it. If you look here, add item, you can do and many more things which you want to do. You can add the attribute table also, and also each one of them, when you right click any one of them, then the property would come. The item properties would be appearing, and this way you can make all kinds of changes, modification, all kinds of label which you can assign to it. Everything is possible. And when you will explore, when you would use this software which is open access, then you would learn many more. If you recall, I started by saying that you need to explore yourself all the operations analysis which is possible in the software. That way you would learn a lot. So we have tried to explain you few important basic analysis basic exercises which you can do for your own study which you want to do using the spatial information. We tried to explain to you in such a way that very easily you can grasp and you can do it. So I hope that you would be using this software now and learning with your own data. That would be very important. You see, we digitized map, we georeferenced map. So whatever map, whether it is a paper map, scanned map, or a digital map, you can use it. We did one study, one exercise with the Google Earth image also. We did with paper map, scanned map also. And we also learn as to how different attribute information in the form of census data or any non-spatial information that can be brought into the spatial information and use it appropriately. So there are many more possibilities also. We have touched upon only few of them which are very basic in nature, because this is just the beginning of for you to use the spatial information. So this is just the beginning, and if you will explore more the software, then you would learn that the same thing can be done in many ways, and there are many more possibilities to learn and to do and to analyze your information in a much more effective manner. So I wish you all the very best for using the spatial analysis in your respective discipline. Thank you.